I might get us underway then, because I know I'm excited to dive into these. And I'm sure you all noticed that the first whiskey on the tasting order is crazy cool. So I'm dying to get into this. So officially, welcome everyone. I hope you all had a wonderful and restful 2 long weekends in a row. I feel like we've really been spoiled by the Australian holidays scheme set up. It was great having only like 3 days of work in between. And I've got another 3 day work week this week because I'm off to Canberra tomorrow morning for a wedding. So the party doesn't stop for me. And I'll probably be taking these whiskies with me if there's any left. But I'm super excited to be sitting down and trying them for the first time with you guys tonight. We are joined by our good friend Raf, who is the bottler for Anchor and the distributor of an amazing array of cool independent bottling brands, including Archive now, which I'm super excited. And we're thrilled to have Raf joining us to talk through this. But before we delve into the drams, housekeeping to go over. You guys might have seen our virtual tasting housekeeping video that we share in the Zoom link email. Goes over the pointers of, 6 glasses if you have them. Don't drink and drive, obviously the most important one. We encourage responsible drinking, and if you haven't had the chance to watch the video, please do at some point. It's always up on our YouTube channel. We always love to see your tasting notes and questions in the chat. Please pop them in, and I will try and get as many answers for you as possible. I'm going to quickly go through the tasting order verbally for people at home watching back on YouTube, because that is where all of our recordings go up afterwards. So whiskey number 1 is the Anchor Strathmill 36-year-old. Number 2 is the Anchor Ben Nevis 27-year-old, equally as impressive. Number 3 is the Archives Ben Nevis 12-year-old. 4 is the Archives Longmorn. 5 is the Archives Benriach, and 6 is the Archives Aberlour. So that list is already in the chat for everyone here tonight. And without further ado, I'm going to stop talking because I'm excited to get into this first whiskey, this Strathmill. So crack into your Strathmills, and I will hand it over to Raf to give us a quick refresher on how and why he started Anchor, who he had to shiv to get his hands on a 36-year-old Strathmill. You take it away, Raf.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Emma, and hello everyone. Good evening. Hope everyone just enjoy your the longest break for the first half of this year. I'm Raphael, and I'm the founder of the Anchor. The reason we built this brand is we just want to bring the gold IB whiskey to Australian market, and also the brand is just is very young. I think until now it's only 14 months since I created this brand, and also lots of people ask me why is the name is Anchor. I said okay, the simply maybe when I post this name is just before Artback, because it starts with AN, not AR. Not just joking. So for us, we have already bottled almost 8 bottles. A lot of good IB bottling. Since late last year, we do have the oldest vintage of Port Charlotte, 22 years old, and also this year we bring the very rare Strathmill, 36 years old, and this one is we joint bottle with our good friends Kelvin and Yao. I think everyone knows them. Is they are the co-founder for the Elysian whiskey bar in Melbourne. This bottling is for their 8th anniversary bottling. So the reason we have this one is at that time we tried this sample. We said okay, it's very good, and we just put as a corner. And after one day, I sent a message to Kelvin. I said, hey mate, we must do something for this bottle. He said yes, let's do it. So I think when we get the whole bottle, we tried. All of us said, okay, it's much better than sample. So that's why everyone tried this whiskey already. They said they want to have the whole bottle. So I think probably we can have our first dram for tonight, and hope everyone likes this one.
Just a quick show of hands as well. Is this anyone's first Strathmill whiskey? One, two, yeah, a few. First for Brendan. Yeah. It's yeah, it's an unusual little one. Uh it's so like, yeah, Brendan, great call. So drinkable. Uh Something that always stands out to me with Strathmill, particularly with the older ones, um, is it's so like, sounds weird to say, wilted flowers. You know when you get flowers and they tend to like get more pungent as they like hit their ripening, and then they start to soften and wilt a little bit. It's that really pungent kind of floral tone to it. That is super, super cool about Strathmill. I love it. And yes, Ollie's out of the context as well. If you haven't been down to Melbourne, or you don't live in Melbourne, and you haven't been to the Elysian Whiskey Bar, you are missing out. You absolutely have to come to Melbourne and visit the gents at the Elysian. It's a very like traditional Japanese style bar, and what I love about it is that I can go in any night and either Yao or Kelvin will be there working behind the bar. If not both of them, one of them will be there, and it's just such a great chance to pick their brain for knowledge, for information, and they have some of the coolest, most unique and unusual whiskies. A lot of IBs from the Asian market as well. I absolutely love it. It's where I would go on for, night out if I wasn't such a homebody. uh, but we get the chance to try these really cool samples from the comfort of our home. But yes, I highly recommend popping to Elysian. Um, so Raf, this was kind of. Did you try like a couple of different samples before you picked the Strathmill, or was it sort of like you guys both tried it and you were like, this is great, and then when you were finding something bottle, they were like, remember that Strathmill?
Yeah, as I said, they are very good of our friends, and also we regularly to taste some sample from Europe, and also this bottle is our third joint bottling. The first one is 1/4 square. The second one is one Irish single malt. It's Cooley 21 years old. So this one is our third joint bottling. And at that night, we tried Strathmill, we tried two Ben Nevis. That's the one we will try. The second Ben Nevis is also the samples we tried on that night. Actually, on that night, we tried two Ben Nevis 1997, and but unfortunately, at the end, I only got a chance to bottle one. Another one is high ABV. Definitely, I like another one, but yeah, that's life. We only got this one to be bottled. So I think on that night, everyone liked this sample, but as a stress meal now is a very small name, and also is we call it lost distillery, right? It's already closed, so no one want to pay attention. But another good thing is it's a very good value. Now, if you are looking for some whiskey over even 30 years old or 35 years old, it's become another price, very pricing. And for this one, to be honest, as we tried, when we get the whole bottle, we tried. I said it's definitely like a yellow peach juice, right? And it's a very tasting floral, and also the finish is a little bit long than we tried the sample. That's very good because this Strathmill is a very old vintage and only 46.4 percent. So that's why we afraid that when you try it, the finish is very short, but it's not. So it's very easy to drink, and it's very juicy, very long finish. That's why we are very confident. And also, I want to share with you guys. since the Elysian opened the first bottle, they have already finished almost 4 bottles. They sell like half shot or full shot to the customer, but they already finished almost 4 bottles. I think within 4 weeks or 5 weeks, I think. So it's yeah, everyone try this bottle. They just want to continue to drink.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I just poured a little bit more on my glass and went for a second sip, and it was just even more like honeyed and juicy and beautiful. And yeah, I can tell that this one is not going to last very long. Yeah, and it seems that it won't be lasting very long for guys in the chat. Rhett says it's beautiful. Glenn's hoping it's not his last Strathmill. Yeah. Michael, great call on chamomile. That is a fantastic tasting note. 100% that like lovely chamomile vibe. Uh yeah, super good. Patrick's getting lovely pear and honeycomb on the palate. Yeah, like a nice Bosc pear. Ollie's asking, because of course Ollie asks questions. Strathmore mostly goes into the J and
Yeah,
B blend.
yeah.
Yeah.
At the very
What is it?
beginning, yes.
Mm, is it part of Pernod Ricard? Because I think, or Beam Suntory.
I think Pernod Ricard.
Hmm. I always get them mixed up. I know that Ballantines and Shivers belong to Pernod Ricard, but I don't know what other blends uh are kicking around some of the other portfolios. But yeah, there's not too many Strath distilleries. Strathmill, Strathisla. I think there's a new Strath one, but I haven't heard anything from them in a while. But I am hopefully this has piqued all of your interest, those who haven't tried it before, in getting your hands on some more Strathmill. Um, and we will move on to whiskey number 2, the Ben Nevis. Now, I think you actually gave me a sample of these two Ben Nevises, Raf. I think like we crossed paths at Elysian and you were like, taste these. And I'm like,
Yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I
You,
want
yeah,
both.
yeah, yeah. That's correct. That's correct. Yes.
Yeah. So good. And I remember the last batch of Anchor that you had, there was a 1996,
8.
a 1998 Ben Nevis. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
26-year-old Ben
24,
Nevis.
24 years old. It's our first anniversary bottling.
Yeah. Is that like a tradition you're hoping to maybe keep up, is having at least a Ben Nevis a year?
It's not. It's just we it's to be honest, this year I call it a year of Ben Nevis. So many Ben Nevis come to the market, especially in 1996. And also some of our business partners said, okay, maybe it's the last year for the 1996 Ben Nevis because it's the liquor in the cask too long. Um, Maybe is the last best year for 1996. But another way we said for 1997, if we can get some chance to have that 1997 Ben Nevis is become another good choice for the Ben Nevis fans. And also this year we tried some 28 years of 96 Ben Nevis. It's a little bit changed already. It's not that the floral is already become a little bit weak. I think different people have a different thought, but for the one we bottled the 1997, it's also very super easy to drink and no any alcohol pressure. And when you drink it, you just can't stop. And you found some character also. If people like 96 Ben Nevis, you will like this one as well.
Yeah, it's super interesting. I got a lot more fruit on the nose than I typically get from a Ben Nevis, like a lot of like pineapple lumps and stuff like that. But then the finish is just all mint leaves.
Yes.
Uh, is anyone else getting that kind of real mintiness? Yeah, it's very much just like, ooh, Listerine, which is not bad. I don't think you get away with it in front of the cops, but it smells minty. But yeah, no. And well, Ben's getting passion fruit on the nose. That is a good call. Yeah, passion fruit for sure. It's that like hangy but sweet kind of thing. Ah, thank you, Howard. Strathmill is a Diageo distillery, one of the many distilleries that gets lost amongst the array they own. But speaking of owners, as Ollie said, Ben Nevis is his favorite Japanese whiskey. Um, owned by Nika Whiskey Company. I believe they still own Ben Nevis, and they don't really seem to have any plans of selling it, which is, I suppose, good.
Just nick it from the barrel, Emma.
Yeah, so at the moment, so when they changed the regulations to make it all Japanese whiskey, they took Ben Nevis out of all of their blends. So, well, out of the Nika Takasura blend. They kept it in the Nika from the barrel blend, which is why it doesn't say Japanese whiskey on the bottle if you look at it. But honestly, I liked it better when it had Ben Nevis in the Takasura blend.
Yeah, but I think that someone, if you try this new
The Ten
uh
Yoichi.
this one, some of the people said is totally different with the old Yoichi. Yeah.
Yeah. It's it's really interesting because like obviously the Yoichi and the Miyagi-ko were single malt, so there was no Ben Nevis in them. But yeah, the Takasura was a pure malt, which is just marketing for blend. And yeah, there was a healthy whack of Ben Nevis in there, and I've tasted them side by side, the old one and the new one, and I like the old Takasura better.
Yeah,
It's just
that's true. That's true.
devastating.
It's
But yeah, they brought in the regulation changes, I think in what, 2019, I think it was, that Japan put in. So yeah, from 2019 they changed it. Yes. Ollie and I are both noticing Tom in the corner checking his Nika from the barrel bottle. But yeah, so if you see it in a shop shelf anymore, it shouldn't say Japanese whiskey on it, which is fine. I will still continue to buy Nika from the barrel because I freaking love Ben Nevis blended in with the the Nika whiskies. Howard's got a great question. Is this Ben Nevis at natural cask strength?
it's natural cask strength, yes. And also, when you look at the color, some people ask me, is it from bourbon cask? I said, no, it's not. It's from a sherry cask. And also, um, we this year we bought a lot of bourbon cask strain whiskey. Um, Also, we found Australian market, also the whiskey fans like bourbon more than a sherry cask. This is one thing, and also another thing is the first two we tried. Why the reason is we tried the old vintage first because we want to people try the low ABV first, and go into the high ABV later. Otherwise, if we do the different order, I mean, you at the end you can't really taste that lower ABV cask strain whiskey. And
Yeah.
also for the second one, I also would like to explain a little bit for the label. This is our first city poster edition label. So the first one is so I'm not sure, Emma, you have that picture with you, or
Uh,
I show this one where everyone can see it. So
let me
is
see if I can.
Sydney Opera House. So this one is we want to the reason we want to design this one is we want to the idea we had is to lighting on the different city we like it. So definitely the first the first one and is a Sydney, and the rest our artist told me, do you want to do something from Melbourne? I said yes, maybe yes, maybe no. Maybe next we go into Paris, or maybe London, who knows. Yeah, we are working on the next release. Is also one I think over 25 years old of whiskey. I can't tell you guys which distillery it is, but yeah, we are working on it.
Melbourne's obviously
Amazing.
got some very famous landmarks, but in St Kilda you got the Luna Park there with a big smiling mouth.
There's
Yes.
a
that one,
Luna Park in Sydney as well, though, isn't there?
which copied the Melbourne one, I think.
Uh, well, I have a mug. It's not on my desk at the moment. I have a mug that I bought, I think, after my first trip to Sydney for the whiskey list. And I bought this mug because I was just like, who knows when I'll be in Sydney next? Every other bloody month. And it's got the Luna Park thing on it. Like they added it in as like a feature of Sydney. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, this is our Melbourne thing. How dare you?
Okay.
Um, but yeah, no, but I mean, like Federation Square with all the triangles and stuff,
Yeah.
and like Flinders Street Station and things like this. There's so many lovely things in Melbourne. Let's do like a Pam the Bird label. That would be good. But yeah, super, super cool. Um, definitely, yeah, definitely run with the cities theme. I like that. Love the notes on this. Patrick, you are giving me like the full spiel. I love it. I'm here for it. Finish on the Ben Nevis is tingly but not prickly. Great experience. Nose is a bit muted and surprisingly lively on the palate and finish. Michael's getting tropical fruit at the end, sort of like a ginger herbal bitterness. Great, cool. Um, uh, Howard's getting stone fruit on the palate. Glenn's getting coffee on the palate, but it could be the bitterness. I'm not getting the coffee.
No.
Maybe lay off the coffee, Glenn, uh, or have more so that it's not on your brain. But yeah, super, super interesting. And I think as well, it's great that like we're moving from the Anchor to the Archives Ben Nevis. And yes, I'm aware of the spelling mistake in the Archives Ben Nevis. Um, to kind of like really parallel, because I think I first thought that 27-year-old Ben Nevis was bourbon cask as well, instead of a very tired refill fairy. So like it'll be great to kind of compare the two side by side, not just for like the age, but also the casking on it. Will be really cool. So we'll move on to whiskey number 3. And Raf, can you, because even I'm vaguely familiar, I will say I would ask for a show of hands, but I assume this is probably everyone's first time trying an archives bottling. Like, yeah, who knows? Patrick's had it before, but yeah, maybe Michael S has seen it. I think in my entire career at Whiskey Nailman, I only ever saw 3 bottles across the bar. So really, really uh, elusive, I suppose would be the right word. But I'm excited that we're getting more of it into Australia. So, Raf, do you want to tell us a bit about the brand?
Of course, I think everyone knows archives because whiskey base. Everyone, all the whiskey fans, when you want to buy a bottle, check the score first. Now, of course, now we have Serge, we have Ruben, a lot of the whiskey genetics. They want to share their thought, their tasting notes to the public, to let people find the best whiskey in the market. And also, Archives is the brand created by whiskey base. They always have the chance to access the good cask. Last year we have already imported some. This one, the 31 years old of Six Reala is Lafoy is very good, and also some of the old vintage of ICAFs. And also from the label, you can see they create the different animals for different region. So they have the international edition is a fish, and they have the bird edition. I think is for focus on Asian market. They have the butterfly. I think is for American or Canadian market. Different region they have the different animal. For Australian, when they ask me which animal you want to put, I said definitely maybe koala and kangaroo. And when they told me, okay, could you just provide some artwork? I try use AI, but they said no, we always find the animal, the artwork have no IP right, and also probably all the artwork is over 150 years. That's why it's no issue, and also it's the original artwork. That's why we have the chance to have this one, this the koala version for our first Australian exclusive bottling. And also this bottle, you can see if someone have the whole bottle, you can see it's only 88 bottles for Australian market. But actually, this cask they have over 200, I think 240 bottles, something like that. The rest of the bottle is bottling 3 months before our Australian exclusive bottle. It's going to Asian market. Uh, I think Ollie, you also got this bottle in whiskey disc, right? So that one is 58.3%. This one is 57.7. Is just after 3 months in the cask, a little bit more Andrew share. But lot of people they tried both bottle. They said, okay, your bottle is just like when you drink the like one shot, it's just like you drop one drop water to that 58.3, but it's just perfect for this 12 years old of Ben Nevis, and also is from Oroso cask. For me, when I drink this this Ben Nevis, it's just like a very caramelized, and also a lot of herb taste. It's just very unique, to be honest.
Yeah, it's super, super cool. Like obviously so much more punchier flavor and alcohol wise compared to the previous one, but um yeah, super quaffable. It reminds me of, I think I just mentioned this to Michael. It reminds me of the Port Bomb King Lake, but if it was that punchier, boozier, it's got that fruit leather quality to it. It's got that like red berry tannin kind of thing. Super cool, super unique. Yes, Michael, we will go to King Lake. Don't worry, I'll organize it. Road trip. But yeah, Michael K's getting strong pineapple vibes. Yeah, like if you've ever had char grilled pineapple, um, kind of like caramelized enzyme sugar kind of thing, definitely get a lot of that. Brendan's saying a bit more cask info on the website would be nice. Not sure if it's lacking on the bottles too. From my memory, there's not a lot of information on the archives bottles about the cask type or whatnot. I obviously haven't seen one in quite a few years though, so Raf can probably back that up, whether or not. But yeah, I love that this like I think most of the ones yeah I've seen are the fish series, but it's super cool. They got like the Latin name for the animal, and you can tell that like a lot of them are from old uh,
Artworks.
yeah, old artworks, drawings, like Charles Darwin-esque era type of sketches of animals are so cool. Um, but yeah, fantastic. Glenn's getting raw honey. Ooh, oh yeah,
Yeah,
kind of like
and
raw.
also for me, it'll be the dark date. Like
Mm, yeah, I can kind of get that. Like when you get a really big chunk of date in a sticky date pudding, which is the only way I eat dates. Yeah, I freaking love it. But yeah, super cool. Yeah, very unusual. Yeah. So Brendan, Holly has shared our product listing. We try and put as much info, but yeah, I don't think that there's like a massive amount of cask info on the front of the archives bottles, from my memory. But it's cool to see that we've got the koala series and see if we can keep it up with like just a whole bunch of Australian animals. Um, I'm sure there's plenty. We'll have to
Yeah,
move to insects at some point, but yeah, fantastic. Well, we might move on to whiskey number 4, the Archives Longmorn. And Ollie popping in the chat just some fun facts that we're probably the only country that eats our own coat of arms. Chooses to. Like, I'm sure you could probably eat other ones. Well, bald eagles are protected, but they're a protected species. But yes, I agree with Howard. They are delicious. So yeah, why not? I feel like it sounds crazy to be like, yeah, we eat kangaroos. I'll eat kangaroo, and people are like horrified. But Australia, we're like some Australia thing. But speaking of other Australia, I think I've got the images with some of the other archives bottlings on them. So we are onto the Longmorn. We'll
Yeah,
share the other labels.
yeah.
So
Longmorn is a bird version.
yeah. Cool. So yeah, 3 bird versions tonight, and then the Anchor Archives Ben Nevis koala as well. I love it. So for whiskey base, obviously everyone will know them as a whiskey rating website and whatnot. Is it the same kind of people who contribute to the ratings also contribute, like from the website contribute to the ratings? They're also the ones picking these casks as well for archives.
Yep.
Cool. I really should use that website more. I sadly lacking. But hands up in the chat if anyone like regularly uses whiskey base on a regular basis. Okay, sweet. A few people. Fantastic. Um Ollie's saying we got our own website to use. Yes, but I don't even write it down anyway, so it's all up here. Yeah, I think it's such a like it is such a really great way as well. For you guys tasting, trying things, and like broadening your palate, writing it down and like really delving into flavors and trying as much as possible, and yeah, like having your flavor profile written down makes such a huge difference. It can really improve your palate over time. I think it's probably the best recommendation I have. So if you want to I don't know, win a whiskey champs blind tasting. I think, Ollie, are we going to do a blind tasting virtual this year again?
Yeah, why not? If people are keen for it, we'll do it.
Yeah. That's how you get stuff done. I just catch them unaware with a with a question. But yeah. So Longmorn definitely is part of the Pernod Ricard family. This one I do know and remember. Yeah, super cool. That I think one of the early people from the distillery. So the Longmorn is the jewel in the Chivas crown. It's responsible for a large proportion of that blend, and it is phenomenal as a malt on its own. They've got their own core release, but the releases that everyone knows them for better are the Gordon and MacPhail releases, I feel like, because they do Linkwood and Longmorn releases under like a regular outlet, whatnot. But yeah. So, Raf, when you started importing archives, did you kind of get to pick which one of the existing ones you wanted to bring over first, or was it this is everything that's coming over?
It depends. Sometimes they always have their own allocation, right? And also sometimes we want to pick some good stuff for different region because we do understand for example this Longmorn actually on the label you can see it's also one exclusive bottling for it's called Spring Tank. Actually, if you look at the whiskey base website, some of the notes or always have one people called the Spring Tank to give a different whiskey a score. One day I just realized this guy Spring Tank is our business partner. Yeah, and he is a Longmorn fans definitely, and he told me he tried already 40,000 different whiskey in his life, and definitely, and also just now I just correct a little bit. Emma, the information is Archive 2008 Longmorn, but it's 15 years old. It's not 13 years old; it's 15 years old. So
Ah,
yeah, and
more
also
typos.
this Longmorn and also Longmorn whiskey is they got a lot of fans in Japan. People like drink a Longmorn, and also this time, even last time we tried a 17 years of Longmorn, but this time is 15 years old, but still is very tasting. And as I can see just now, yeah, Brandon said is so much honey and it's very long money. So it's kind of it's not about the vintage. It's not about the years. It's just about the very drinkable Lamo, and also the ABV is very high. But when you drink it, you can't feel it. So that's why this time we also when I know, okay, this bottle is from him, I said, okay, give us some bottles. I want to share with the whiskey fans in Australia. Let them know, this kind of Longmorn with not so long vintage, but still very good.
Mm. Yeah, it is such a great like profile. I always get this like really deep, savory orange character to it, like Italian honeyed oranges and stuff. It's just like yeah, that fruit tone without the super like it's not too sweet, but it is sweet and yeah, it's beautiful. Michael's getting rich white peach and honeycomb, delicious, and yeah, very long morning. Um, good for a long morning. I don't know. Uh, my terrible attempts at bad jokes. Michael S is getting pear crumble, and yes, Patrick, I agree. 40,000 whiskeys is life goals, but you better have a new liver on standby. I think it'd be one of those movies where they grow people just for organ transplants. We would need a whole industry just for our livers if we manage to get there. Howard's got a great call. Umami mixed with fruit. Yeah, it is that like fruity Sicilian orange cake type of like yeah. The umami saltiness is really what gets me on Longmorn. It's so freaking cool. Um and you can see why Pernod Ricard loves the distillery so much. So yeah, hopefully we see more independent bottlings of Longmorn over the years. I think we get them now and then, but they're starting to get a little bit more sparse, I think. That's what I've noticed anyway. Have you seen, Raphael, do they come across your desk in terms of cask brokers often, or you don't
Yeah,
see
I
one?
think this year we got one business partner in Japan. They just bottled one 28 years of Longmorn. It's also very, very good. As we can see, the Longmorn IB bottle is very rare, but when you get a chance to access, we don't want to miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Fair enough. Yeah, James loving it as well. Fantastic, super floral, and yeah, Patrick, the Longhorn's deceptive. You imagine it should be syrupy to match the flavor, but it's velvety smooth. Well, moving to another whiskey that is also rare to find in independent bottlings. Look at me segue right there. Um, yeah, I think I spoke. Did I speak with you about this, or maybe another independent bottler? We just don't see that many Benriachs anymore. They're just disappearing off of independent bottlings.
That's true. That's true. And also, now the Benriach you can, if you can find some Benriach IB, now it's always the very young vintage one. You can't find a very old one. But this year we got another chance for Benriach. Little bit secret. It's 33 years old of Benriach. We will bottle. Yeah. So I
Are you
think
keeping that up?
everyone should have a try. It's definitely a good experience to try a Benriach IB bottle over 30 years old. It's just when you have the chance to taste that kind of old vintage whiskey, you just fly back to that time to read and to taste and to feel what happens at that time.
Yeah, because that would be pre Billy Walker at Benriach as well. So like long,
Yes,
long time ago. Wow.
that's true. That's true.
Well, will you get that one coming into Australia in time for our shit. In time for our Melbourne Top Shelf Festival maybe later this year, I think.
I think it probably it should be arrive September this year.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Well, so it should be hopefully at the Melbourne one, maybe at the Brisbane if we have a Brisbane one. So
Yeah,
I will get my
I
hands on that.
think yeah, I think Brisbane one, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, we will have a very good collection for the first time Brisbane top shelves.
amazing. I'm excited. Howard's just added this as well that he was on a whiskey club tasting with Dr. Rachel Berry, who's the master for the Brown Foreman group, so Glendronach, Benriach, Glenglasser, not so much Glenglasser anymore since they're on pause. And she mentioned that they've stopped releasing to independent bottlers, which I
Yeah.
assume it makes sense because they changed the core range. There was like a bunch of lower age statement miscellaneous core products. There was like a 10-year-old, a 12-year-old, a peated, a triple cask or triple distilled or
Yes.
something. Just a bunch of random lower age statement core ones. And then it was like 25, 30-year old. And now it's like the full breadth of age statements releases as part of their core. So yeah, I imagine there's a lot less Benriach whiskey going loose, which is makes sense, but still sad. Very sad. Oh. But yeah. Everyone just says if Brisbane, you better get up here. Yeah, we'll try. We'll try. You
Yeah.
better bully
So
David.
I heard from my friends a lot of good whiskey fans based in Brisbane. Yeah, this very good time. This year we have the chance to join the top shelf in Brisbane. Yeah, if some of you will be on site to join this whiskey festival. Yeah, we're happy to meet each other during the show.
Yeah, it should be a good time. Um, but yeah, so uh what I'm looking in. Oh yes. Okay. I wasn't sure if we had promoted the Top Shelf Festival for Brisbane. I'm like, I'm sure we did. But yes, I will be up again in November. I was gonna talk about it anyway. It's exciting. And there's nothing Ollie and David can do to stop me. But yeah, that Benriach is super interesting. I feel like, did anyone else get that there was a sweetness on the nose that just wasn't there on the palate? Because I got this kind of cookie dough, like snickerdoodle peanut buttery kind of sweetness, and then it was just all like dry oak spice on the palate. All right, Glenn's with me. Glenn backs me up. But then again, you smelt coffee in one, so I don't know how much I trust your palate.
Lead coffee
Ah,
drinker.
yeah, no. There are no oops moments, Patrick. There is only me saying things and then either getting in trouble for it later or not. Usually not. But yeah, super cool, super interesting. So I am curious to see what do you know, Raphael, what the asking is on the 33-year-old Benriach?
Sorry?
Do you know what the casking is on that old Benriach that you're getting? The cast strength?
Bourbon cask.
Bourbon. All right.
Yeah.
Nice. I think Ollie's heard about one that's another 33-year-old that's out in the wild that might just be a sister cask or from a similar broker or something.
Okay.
Super cool. All right. Well, let us move on to the final whiskey of the night. These have all gone down crazy well, which is slightly alarming. Yeah, I think when I saw this one, I was like, this is so pale. This whiskey is so pale. Um, but high ABV, so I'm really curious to see how this one tastes because I don't think I've had a bourbon cask Aberlour in a while. You know, you often see it in the sherry cask maturation, so I'm curious to delve into this and tell us a little bit uh, about the casking on this one and the whiskey on this one.
Yeah, I think for Aberlour, you are right, Emma. We normally see a sherry Aberlour, and also is you also can. It's very rare to find a Aberlour IB as well. For this year, we have access to 3 Aberlour cask. This is the first release, and later on we have 14 years of Aberlour and 12 years of Aberlour. Is what we found is some of the young Aberlour, when you drink it, you don't think it's a very young whiskey. You feel okay, it's still very live and then very active. So when you drink it, you just because we I don't think everyone drink Aberlour often, right? So sometimes when you have the chance to drink Aberlour, you just find the different area and to say, oh, this is kind of whiskey we are not drink often. It's not like Ben Nevis, right? 96, 97, 98. When you drink, oh, it's kind of Ben Nevis flavor. But the Aberlour, when you drink it, it's just okay, very funny. It's not very welcome, but it's good to have a try.
Mm. Yeah, it's so interesting. The nose just screamed panna cotta to me. It's got that like vanilla panna cotta type of like custardy thing to it, which is really cool, really interesting. Um, and yeah, as Ollie mentioned, the Aberlour Abernard is obviously
Yeah,
what most people think associate with Aberlour, I think. Um,
sherry bomb.
yeah, that big sherry bomb. I think it's the one. Yeah, it's one of those cherry bombs that sticks out in people's mind, and either when you're starting into whiskey or you've been in whiskey a long time, like it's definitely distinctive. I am hoping to go to Aberlour later this year. I drove past
Oh,
it
nice.
before. But yeah, I think it's not far from Glenturret, and I need to go Glenturret again. Uh, but yeah, Glenn says take me with you. Mate, you pay your way, I'll drive us.
It's like
Um,
5 minutes down the road from Highlander Inn.
yeah. Oh, from the Highlander Inn.
Yeah, or I remember it being 5 minutes. That may be an exaggeration.
It might have been because I feel like I maybe I'm crazy. Oh, maybe it was Aberfeldy that I was driving past. That sounds more correct. Aberfeldy's 5 minutes down the road from Glenturret. That makes sense. I'm still gonna hopefully try and trek out to the Lufton Elgin region, but yeah, 500 meters
Yeah.
from Ashton in Aberlour as well. Yeah. Um. So yeah, super interesting. Yeah, so like, are you Google Mapsing it? How dare you?
I was like, I didn't drink that much at that distillery.
No, the thing is, I was passenger princess this last trip, so I was like, everything's so close because my husband's driving. Um, but this year I'm doing the driving, so I've got to be prepared for the hikes. But yeah, I think it's so cool. It's so interesting as well to kind of see distilleries in different cask types, and this is like worlds different, obviously. Um, uh, the like see how kind of neutral it is. I think who was it? Somebody mentioned that it was quite like clean and the flavor fades on the palate. Howard, yeah. I do kind of feel that it reminds me a lot of distilleries like Auchentoshan, where it's like a very neutral kind of spirit profile, where it has like a soft, maybe for this one it's a little bit soft white flowers, but then as soon as you put it in different cask types, it really takes them on super well. So it like behaves really well in a sherry cask. Um, Auchentoshan is another one like that, where it's like in a bourbon cask, fine, wouldn't write home about it. Once you put it in like 6 different casks that are predominantly sherry or whatever, that's when it starts to find its flavor rhythm. So um, that's what I suspect about Aberlour as well. But yeah, super cool. Michael K is getting stewed red berries that are slightly tart. I can kind of see that a little bit hidden behind, but yeah, it's, I'm getting a lot of white flowers on this one for me. So, hmm. Also, love all of the travel tips in the comments from everyone. The Mash Tun Bar in Aberlour, great whiskey shop in Aberlour as well, where you can taste by the dram, including a lot of aged Macallan, Glenallachie, and Balvenie. Mm. And Patrick sharing the butterfly version bottle of the archives as well, which is cool. I will say, going back to it, it's in the UK you get these things called acid drops, which are this like part citric acid lemony kind of thing. It smells like acid drops now. Tom's laughing, so I feel like he agrees with me. But yeah, super cool. Mm, wow. I feel like sometimes with my tasting samples, I sometimes want to like put them in ironically, an archive, like a library of flavor palettes, so I can be like, "Ooh, this is what Aberlour tastes like in bourbon. This is what this tastes like in this cask." Like maybe one day, maybe one day I'll get there. But yeah, Patrick agrees. Surprisingly floral for an Aberlour. So used to the sherry bomb. Yeah, 100%. I really like this. I feel like I'm going to go back to it tomorrow as well. I think with a fresh palette, I think it'll just sing even more. So if you guys have any left, uh, might be one of those ones to return to. But that is all the whiskeys we have. I'm going to run the poll. This is one where I'm really curious to see what the favorite for tonight is. You can pick your top 2 favorite whiskeys. I do have a sneaking suspicion that the Strathmill, like, because I keep thinking about that Strathmill. I don't know about anyone else. Um, but yeah, super, super cool, super interesting. And Raf, when are you gonna next get in a batch of archives bottling? Do you have a plan
Um,
there?
I think it will be next year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the reason is I think the people from whiskey base they are super busy, and they also get a lot of you know other job to do. That's why their release is just for me it's just one release per year.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, for anyone, I will say as well, it kind of makes sense. So Whiskey Base is obviously based in Rotterdam in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
And for if you guys don't know, the Netherlands is literally the port where nearly every whiskey goes through. So a
Yeah.
lot of all of the ports carrying whiskey to Europe, to Australia, to America, to everything are goes through the Netherlands. So I can imagine they are very, very busy, very, very Dutch people.
Yeah, I think they got the largest bond warehouse for Europe. Lot of Scotch whiskey when they first landed to Europe, they go to the bond warehouse in Netherlands, and after that they distribute to Belgium, Germany, different country. So that's why they like a heart of whiskey for Europe.
Mm, cool. All right. Well, I think that's everyone. You guys ninjaed that poll for me. Thank you. So we'll run roll into here. And
Oh,
unsurprisingly,
okay.
yes, the Strathmill was the most popular. Like, it's refined and elegant in a way that is still yet so like youthful and vibrant. I loved it. Incredible. And the Longmorn came second. Love that. And then the Anchor Ben Nevis 27, and then the Archives and Benriach. Ben Nevis and Benriach equal third. I know how to count. But yeah, amazing. Sweet. Patrick, I agree with your thing. We need a guy on the inside in the Netherlands to help funnel us some great access to whiskey. But thank you everyone for joining us after essentially a public holiday situation that we had. So thank you for popping on and joining. I will hopefully see you guys at the next virtual tasting if I don't see you at a show as well coming up. But thank you so much, Raf, for joining us, for sharing these whiskies with us. It's always very
Thank you.
exciting. I will be dreaming about that Strathmill. Unfortunately, we don't have discounts, but we do have bottles for sale. They're up on the Whisky List website, so you can find them under Anchor or Archives. So they're a really great rewards price. So they're up there. But I think they're moving fast, right, Raf?
Yeah, we only have like a few bottles left, I think.
Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, the link is in the chat now. Ollie shared it as well again. But yeah, otherwise, thank you guys so much for joining. And yeah, I'll see you next time.